Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Pine and Berry Homestead. My name is Desiree. I live in Maine and I have a small backyard garden. So little by little, we are working on getting this garden ready for this growing season and getting it to its completion stages. So I would say that this garden will probably be fully where I want it to be maybe by next growing season. But this year we're just working on getting the structures in and the garden beds built and the trellises put up. So just little by little, we're taking it day by day, project by project. So today we actually have 3 things on our agenda. Well, actually technically 4. So the first couple things that we plan on getting done is building our Vego garden bed. And then we're going to finish building the last 2 raised beds that need to go in the back of the garden. We also got our shipment of apple trees in, so we are going to hopefully get those planted out today. And right now my husband and my son are scouting out a good spot for a bat house. My son Abram absolutely adores bats. He has loved them since he was little, and a couple years ago we bought him a bat house, but when we moved in we just didn't have the time to get it set up. So they are scouting out a spot right now and they're going to get that put up, and then we'll slowly start working on getting a few projects done around here. If we can get these things accomplished today, it will be huge, because once these are accomplished, I will then be able to start bringing in the compost that we got delivered, wheelbarrow by wheelbarrow, get those raised beds filled up, get the Vego garden bed filled, and then I'll start being able to put compost around the perimeter of the garden for the in-ground garden space. So we're getting there little by little, lots of work, but it's slowly starting to shape up. So the first thing I actually need to get done is I need to measure out this space, because I got the 9-in-1 Vego garden bed for Christmas from my husband, who is a huge supporter of my goals and my dreams, and he surprised me with this because he had heard me talking about it for quite some time. So I'm super excited and thankful. This was such a thoughtful gift. So I need to measure the space, see how big it is, so I can decide which configuration that I am going to choose to build this in. Because it is a 9-in-1, it can be set up in multiple different ways. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, and then we will just go from there. I don't know if I'm going to take you along as I get this built out, because it's my first time. I know that Vego Garden has videos on how to build out their garden beds, so I would kind of push you to watch those videos instead. So I'm not sure if I'm going to take you along or if I'm just going to show you the end result, but either way, I'm super excited for today. I'm excited to get going, and I'm excited to show you what the garden's going to look like once these things have been accomplished. Let's go!
don't need to be a carpenter to do this. It's pretty easy, straightforward. Just make sure you pre-drill your holes so you don't split your wood. The wood's going to contract and swell as it gets warmer and colder out through the seasons, but they hold up pretty well. I like to drive in like a 4-inch deck mate in each side just to give it extra grab. Besides that, all we use is 3-inch. You can use any length for make any size bed you want. We just did 2 by 12 by 8. You literally just measure your piece of wood, get your measurement of in half, and you just cut it in half, and that's how you make your smaller end pieces. Really straightforward, simple, and enjoy.
For the home gardeners out there who have small children, I see you. So I would absolutely love to be able to come out here and get everything accomplished that I want to accomplish and give it my undivided attention, but we don't always have that capacity. Our son loves to play, and we absolutely love playing with him. We spend the majority of our time playing, but we also try to get things done the best that we can. And sometimes that means my husband and I taking turns playing so that one of us can focus on a small project and get it done as quickly as possible. Like right now, my husband and Abe are running amok around the yard while I unbox my Vego garden bed and get this film off, which is like, I feel like this is going to be the hardest part, is getting this film off. Anyway, I see you, parents with young children who might enjoy being in the garden sometimes, but also really love to swing or just run around and use their imagination. You can do this. It's not always easy, but it's absolutely worth it. Abe was in here earlier planting chives and a couple other things. He was finding bugs and walking the planks before my husband built out those garden beds. So he does enjoy being in the garden and seeing things grow and helping, but he also really loves to play. And so we make sure that we make time to play and do all those fun things with him, because they're only small ones. Like I said, it's not always easy, but it's worth it. I am currently working on getting the Vego garden bed set up, and I haven't quite decided if I want to do the 5-foot by 2-foot or the 5-foot by 3.5. So either this one or this one. I'm just gonna kind of roll with it and see how I like it once it's laid out. Guys, this was super easy to build. Probably took me about 30 to 45 minutes to do it by myself. And I actually ended up going with the 6.5 foot by 2 foot size. Last thing I have to do is put this like rubber banding around the edge just to kind of like seal it up. But overall, super easy. I love it. I cannot wait to start planting in it. Now, it is pretty deep. It's 17 inches deep. So I think what I'm going to do is put some branches and stuff on the bottom and then put some leaves on top of that, just to kind of take up space and add organic material to the bottom of this garden bed. That way I'm just not putting straight compost in and filling this entire thing up with compost. I got 6 yards delivered the other day, but we also need that for other things, so I don't want to take up too much for the Vego garden bed. So I think I'll fill it halfway with like sticks and leaves and debris, and then fill it up the rest of the way with compost. And then I will get planting. I'm so excited. Here is just a quick before shot before we start work. And here, my friends, is the after. Just adding those last 2 garden beds in the back and the Vego garden bed up front here made a huge difference. I don't think we'll get to filling them today with compost, which is totally fine. They are built, they are ready to be filled, and soon this space is just going to transform. I cannot wait. We do have the last 2 trellises to put up, but those will be another day. For now, I am about to go play with Abe. Not sure exactly what we're gonna do, but we are going to adventure. Thanks for hanging out with me today.